on the new 911 GTS, the 2017 model. This is the long-awaited upgrade of the 911, which is already an extraordinary car. This is the first GTS fitted with the new bi-turbo engine. This car has a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine fitted with two turbos, as I said, for a total of 450 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque that you can use from low revs up to about 5,000. So it's a very, very interesting car. It has the rev limiter at a bit more than 7,000 RPM, so basically you can drive this car like a naturally aspirated one. Last year we tested the new 911 Carrera 4S Cabrio, and that was the first ever 911 fitted with the bi-turbo engine that I have the good fortune to test drive, of the new generation, of course, because then you have the turbo standard one, but it's another car. This is a yellow unit, and I like so much this color because it really stands out. If you choose a Porsche today and you want to be different from all the other people, you can opt for a bunch of cosmetic changes. The GTS, it has an angrier look. You can easily notice that from the front, the back, it is a bit wider, lower in suspension thanks to the PASM. Then you've got the 20 inches wheels, which has center block, and these are matte black wheels, so really a perfect spec for this car, because yellow and black, or should I say black and yellow, is always winning. So I'm liking this car a lot already because I love every kind of Porsche, but this promises to be a hell of a driver's car. 450 horsepower is not a huge increase in power if compared to the previous version, the previous generation, or even the, let's call it, basic 911, but this is much more sharper. It has stiffer suspension, it has instant delivery, you don't have turbo lag in this. Now I'm cruising in traffic just outside Milan. We are heading towards Brescia for our first stop of the day, where I'll be reaching the other pack of Porsches, hopefully, since I'm not the best navigator ever, and the sat-nav has low volume, so I'm gonna improvise a bit, but I think I have 113 kilometers to my destination, so it will be a pretty nice drive. Hopefully the traffic will clear a bit so we can see what's like to drive the new GTS, waiting for a proper test drive later this year. So this is a press launch for the Italian market. We've seen this car showcasing for the first time ever at Detroit, at the Detroit Motor Show, and then in Europe in Geneva, and then finally we have it in Italy. So I'm very happy. Big thanks to Porsche and the Porsche guys that I've asked to Autoclass to come here and test drive their new baby. So you do not feel the drama unless you ask for it, and that's the best part of the GTS, because it sits right in between the 911 and the GT3. So this car is able to enhance the performance, the driving feeling, the feedbacks that the chassis transmit to the driver, but at the same time you can cruise this car with sports exhaust, with valves open, of course, and with the Sport Plus on, and you can drive it nice and easy. This is the amazing aspect of every Porsche, and this is why you cannot buy like Porsche, because I mean, you can drive this 24/7 every day of the year in every kind of situation. Now I am on the motorway. Later on we're gonna drive a mountain road like the roads of the Mille Miglia, the classic race that is approaching in this very month. So we're gonna have a sort of a trip through the classic and historic Porsches that have made history. I remember back in the days, I have read about that because I was not even born, the 904 GTS. That was the first Gran Turismo Sport Porsche ever made, and that was made for racing, for pleasure of driving. This car is all about that, driving pleasure at its finest, highest level possible. So it's not about the numbers. This car is quick. It takes from 0 to 100 takes 3 seconds and something. It goes up to 312 kilometers per hour. But what this car is capable of is to please the driver in every kind of situation. So for this, I can safely say that I have no doubt about that. But we're gonna test that. Okay, so I had a bit of a taste of this car accelerating, entering the motorway, the second part of the motorway. Oh, this is fast. This is properly fast. A completely different animal as far as accelerating from the new 911, the one with the turbocharged engine. This has the same engine with bits and bobs more, but the delivery is completely different. Cannot wait to drive this car on a mountain road, because I reckon this could be once again one of the best driver's car, one of the best performance car you can possibly buy. So another information is that since the 911, let's call it a standard, starts at about 100,000 euro. 100 euros would be nice, but that's not the case. 100,000 euro. This, the GTS, the first step, so the coupe model, not the cabrio, not the Targa, the coupe with rear-wheel drive, proper drivers stuff, starts at about 130,000 euros. So it's not an awful jump in price. You've got so much more. You've got different wheels, different interior. We got this GTS Alcantara interior, which are amazing, and a lot of other cosmetic and mechanical features that on a basic 911 you have to pay for. So this is the right car to buy, of course, because if you're looking for a 911, you gotta go with the PDK if you want to drive it every day. If you want a proper driver car, the new GTS could also be chosen with the manual gearbox, the new 7-speed manual gearbox that I love to drive. This is the PDK 7-speed, fast as hell, crazy responsive. Now I'm in manual and Sport Plus. I am in 7th gear at 2000 rev, and I'm cruising again like I would do in a Mercedes or in a BMW. So that's the best part of a Porsche. It is an all-rounder car. But the GTS, the Gran Turismo Sport, puts it on a higher level. So when you have to face some B roads or even a racing track, with this car, not having to give up maybe the seats in the back like the GT3, which also is much more expensive than this, you can have everything you want without sacrifices. So this is the perfect car. Every time you drive a new Porsche, you ask yourself, what Porsche can do to present another updated model that could be better on the previous one? You have no idea. Every time you say, well, it could be more powerful, bigger, more responsive, have some infotainment gizmos more, and then you drive this car, you drive the new GTS, you understand where the money goes, you understand where the improvements are, but the sensation, the feeling that this car transmits to the driver is something closer to the GT3 rather than the standard 911. And I'm gonna say that the whole 2 days of testing, because this car is a bridge, right? Is a missing link between one model and the other, but tends to be much closer to the GT3, so the GT sports car, which is a proper supercar, rather than an all-rounder, an amazing sports car like the 911, which already has proven that has supercar performance. So this is an amazing car. I mean, crazy fast. From standstill, it's like boom. You push the throttle and you're pushed to the seat. We are in 911 turbo territory. Anyway, since I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film something else, and I also have to take photos for the article which you will read in June's issue, hope you enjoyed it. It has been a real pleasure for me to have the possibility to drive with the press colleagues the new 911 GTS. So again, thanks to Porsche, thanks to all of you that have watched the video. Hope you like that, and stay tuned for some more precise informations and updates about the car. Follow the channel, subscribe if you like my videos, because I hope to get better in it, even if the time is very, very difficult to find and I have to do all on my own. And this doesn't intend to be a magazine channel. For that I write for the magazine, and that's my work, my job. This is the sort of beyond cars and behind the scenes first impressions like this, and my personal experiences. So hope to see you along with me in this amazing journey, because I want to take some of you with me, and like friends, like dealers, like collectors. I have already done that in the previous videos, in some previous videos, and I will do later this year. So thank you very much, and see you. Ciao.